SIG 320s have a shake awake function now. Who knew? What is up, my dudes? It is super late at night, and my last two brain cells have rubbed together to come up with some incredibly minty fresh jokes about the SIG P320 drama that is unfolding like a bunch of girls discussing prom night. And they're making high points and yeet cannons look like a viable option for concealed carry.
High point. Dumb bitch.
All right. So let's go. I'm sure that you have heard that there has been a death involving a non-commanded discharge from a SIG P320, specifically a M17, I believe it was, or the M18. Either way, it's the same gun, issued to a United States Air Force security force, a member. He took the holster from his duty belt. I can only assume it was like a QLS type system on a safari land, placed it on his desk. It went off, striking him in the chest and unfortunately ending his life. And there is no getting away from this. Granted, SIG's first response was actually pretty good. They immediately complied with any kind of military inquisition on the nature of the accident, and they offered as much of their information and their help towards trying to solve this unfortunate accident and try to figure out what happened and get to the bottom of it. And that was actually really good. It's the first time I've actually seen positive PR from SIG.
Oh my God! Wow!
However, they just couldn't allow their PR to improve. They had to tank it even further than it was about, 2 months ago when they released that giga cringe level post about it ending today. Well, I think it just did.
No.
Still alive.
No.
Fucking piece of shit.
And I'm going to read just briefly for you a statement that SIG has just released. At the time of filming this, it was 4 hours ago. I was at the gym and I was just doom scrolling in between sets. And one of the things that I ran across was Mr. Guns and Gear, who I credit with pointing this out, that this official statement from SIG came to light. And I'm not going to bore you with the details because it's a very long post, but essentially it boils down to, we didn't do nothing and it's your fault.
Found anything yet? We ain't found shit.
Legitimately, the TLDR is, it's impossible, you're all lying, and stop gaslighting us because the SIG P320 is perfect. So if you guys are anything like me and you're perpetually online watching gun content, you ran across Wyoming Gun Project, I believe is the name of the channel, his video talking about not only was it possible for him to get his P320 to fire without pulling the trigger, which SIG vehemently claims is not possible, he was able to repeat it, I believe, 3 different times. That video has gone super viral at this point, and kudos to this guy for proving this point.
The sear down is less than 1 millimeter, and we're gonna see if it'll set the cartridge off. I don't know, we'll try it a couple times. It might not, this safety might be working, but the other safeties might not have been, so let's see. Did you see that? Holy crap!
Despite all of the copium that SIG boys are on, trying to claim that, well, he, forced something into the FCU and it's, he's pulling the trigger and messing with the slide and it's possible that he doctored the footage. The amount of cringe cope that some people are trying to shill for SIG, I don't get it. They're a multi-billion-dollar company. They don't need your help. And more importantly, they don't care about you. They have government contracts. And those government contracts are worth way more than you or I walking into a gun store and picking up a SIG P320, M18, M17, Legion, whatever the case is. I have read, unconfirmed, but I have read that SIG's behind closed doors has even made statements pertaining to the fact that they just really don't care about the civilian market sales. They didn't care about law enforcement sales because getting a defense contract like they just locked down in Australia is way more lucrative because that is a multi-tiered contract over a long period of time that is a guaranteed amount of money. They just basically sign a contract, the government gives them the money, and then they fulfill the order. It's perfect. It's a lock. There's no fuss, no muss. And you know, I'm gonna call it, guys. I think that this is a really bad turning point in the saga of the SIG P320. And I just have a couple of things to point out real quick. Again, I'm gonna try to keep this really short because I'm exhausted. It's been a very long day, but the algorithm is popping off for this, and I would be a liar if I said that I didn't want to just get in on a little bit of that action. So like and subscribe if you find this informative and funny. So I have in my hand here a SIG P320. This is the M18. This is the shorty boy. 4.25 meant for carry. There is no dingus on the trigger. I'm not telling you anything you don't already know. It is essentially it's a striker fire gun with the heart of a hammer fire, much like this grip module I have right here out of my BR9 DS. So the main problem that people are running into, and I am not going to get autistic in the details because Wyoming Gun Channel, the gun project, Wyoming Gun Project, see, I'm very tired, broke down in ridiculously good detail what exactly is going on, and I'm just going to lay it out for you guys. It's the play between the grip module and the slide that is bypassing the secondary notch on the sear. If you were part of the voluntary upgrade program that SIG put out, they would machine into the sear face a secondary notch that would catch the striker leg as it is coming forward if for some reason it were to bypass the primary face of the sear that catches and holds it. And what he demonstrated was not only was it bypassing that secondary face, it was just going off without even pulling the trigger all the way, because you do need to pull these triggers a far bit back to get them to actually go off. And it's one of the crispest, nicest triggers that I've ever fired. It's really good because it feels like a hammer-fired gun. But that's not the point and purpose of this video. The point and purpose of this video, guys, is to really ask the question, why is SIG doing what they're doing? And I have a very simple answer for you. It's because they can't afford to lose the government contracts. I mean, I'm just not saying anything that you don't already know. Between the Australian Defence Force contract, which is hilarious that Australia even has guns. They only allowed to use I don't know, giant poisonous spiders they throw out of trees and stuff. I thought they banned all guns and they only had 2-inch pocket knives. They still have the crown on their money. Anyway, they got the contract for the Australian Defence Force, and they have pretty much every law enforcement agency, except my small town and my sheriff's department, my local sheriff's department, don't use the SIG P320. Thank God they're still using Glock. I would be letting my buddies know in the sheriff's department they need to be pointing this out to their superiors. But they have a lock on law enforcement agencies and military agencies all over the world. And they don't care about our small potatoes, $500-600. And this PR move that they are pulling right now is the only thing I can compare it to, guys, is back when Pokemon, yes, I'm a nerd, okay, guilty, whatever, it's cool now. We're allowed to admit we liked Pokemon. Back when Pokemon decided that they needed to basically one-up themselves because reasons and put mega evolutions into the game and all of the rest of the, anime and trading cards and whatever. I only played the games because I wasn't that big of a nerd. Tangent aside, mega evolutions, super gay. SIG Corporate basically decided they needed to evolve to the next level of giga legay in this PR disaster that they are running right now, because they just released, again, like I stated earlier, another statement basically saying, it's your fault, we didn't do anything, the gun's perfect, fight me. And not only that, they're suing the state of Washington for banning SIG P320s from its training centers, where police departments have to go to train at the center if they don't have their own private gun range that they're allowed to do all of their training and certifications for, which means that SIG P320s, entire departments that are issued the P320, won't be allowed to train or certify. I don't see the problem with this. it's kind of a dead horse at this point. Like the SIG P320, even if it's only 1 in 10,000, do you want to be that guy that has that 1 in 10,000? Like it looks like Wyoming Gun Project's video has one of those guns where you can just set it off with a desk pop and it just goes off? Because I sure don't. The Beretta 92F never had that problem. 1911s don't have that problem. If you upgrade it to a titanium firing pin and you increase the weight of the firing pin spring, they're drop safe. And with an ambidextrous safety, they're not going off, no matter how hard you pull that trigger. It's just a fact of life, guys. Glocks and Berettas and 1911s don't have this problem. Pretty much any other striker-fired gun doesn't have this problem either, because they're made off the Glock platform, which is super duper safe. However, SIG just refuses to back down off this issue. And I gotta admit, guys, the level of memeing going on right now on Twitter/X and just on Reddit is insane. They are getting ratioed into oblivion on this topic, and I am here for it because I am sick to death of being told that I'm a shill, all because I'm pointing out that this particular gun is not safe to carry. If you have one and you like it, cool. You know what? I like it too. It's fun to shoot. Just, don't carry with one in the chamber. And it literally says right in the manual, don't carry with one in the chamber. So they're like, I don't know who they're trying to gaslight, but it's certainly not the consumers, because we know that they know that we know that they know.
They know that we know that they know that we know.
It's just ridiculous how bad this is at this point. Anyway, I've gone on long enough. I'm going to wrap it up here, guys. If you want to know more, go check out Wyoming Gun Project's video. Again, give that guy some love. He deserves it. He's been working really hard on his channel, and the video is really good. And if you don't like it, that's fine. You're allowed to disagree. But what you can't disagree with is how SIG is handling this, because they are quite literally pontificating about the validity of their product with a dead United States airman, and the body's not even cold yet. And they're still trying to make us believe that the SIG P320 is a viable option for everyday carry and for the security of our nation with our armed forces and for the security of our streets with our police departments. And I am done with it. They should have gone with the Glock. They should have gone with the Beretta. Hell, they should have gone with sharp sticks and rocks at this point, because at least a rock has to be thrown before it can injure someone. It's not every SIG, okay? Let's not be hyperbolic. It's probably 1 in 10,000. But I do have one anecdotal story to throw at you. Today I was down just shooting the poop at my local gun store, the one I like to go to that I'm not going to tell you the name of because I don't want you to get the deals I get. And they were telling me how they will not take trade-ins or any kind of deal on any SIG P320 platform, not the Legion, not the P320, M18, M17, none of them, because they can't sell them. And I'm going to tell you guys right now, this is not over. It ends today. Oh my God, was SIG just completely huffing their own farts with that, because it is so far from over. And if you have a SIG P320 of any kind, hold on to it, because I guarantee you there's going to be some sort of mandatory buyback, or there's going to be a class action lawsuit. And you know what? I'm going to stick around for my 500 shekels. But I will not be really drawing any more attention to this issue, I think, unless SIG decides to stick their foot in it yet again. But at this point, we are dealing with a Nagasaki level fallout from the amount of bad press that they're getting at this point. So, do with this what you will, internet. I am just a dude bro at 9 o'clock at night voicing his opinion on the interwebs. And I'm sure that counts for so much as you're pinching that loaf off right before you're supposed to walk back into work. Anyway, I'm going to end it right there. Like if you liked the video, subscribe down below. Let me know if you've had any kind of a close call or any kind of a fun story, or if you think I'm just dead wrong. It's cool with me either way. Like and share helps the channel out. I'll catch you guys next time.